It's DJ Wolf Live here. I gotta try to tread lightly, literally. For a couple of reasons, because it's wet as hell out here today. They said there's a chance you might run into some ice out here because it's cold and it's raining. But it is around above freezing, just above freezing. So if you take your time on the roads, it should be okay. Now, without further ado, let me go ahead and talk about the subject here. What DEI really is, you know, and in terms of what it's supposed to be. Now, DEI is stands for diversity, equity, which is equality, and inclusion. Okay, that's exactly what it stands for. And I was hearing recent posts from some of these YouTubers, particularly one who I follow, who I actually been on the show a couple times, and he completely misrepresented what DEI is. He, Basically, he didn't know what the F he was talking about. He tried to say that DEI was just for LBGT and women only, and he couldn't be further from the truth. You know, DEI does include LGBT, women, and people of color. The problem is he's not telling the whole story about it. He's only representing part of it. Why this guy would fall so close behind my car, between me and this other vehicle, and I can only go for so far, and he gonna do it anyway? These people like to push the envelope in the mornings I am. But anyway, that's what DEI is. He completely misrepresented what DEI truly is, right? And he tried to say that, oh, it just affects only LGBT and women, and that's not true. He tried to say it didn't affect black folks. Diversity, equity, and inclusion means what it says. It does affect people of color, all right? And to sit there and say, oh no, that doesn't include black folks, is absolute BS. And I was like, dude, you don't know what you're talking about. And I said that earlier on, and I had to go back and relook at what DEI is. And yeah, I was right. He has no clue. This is a guy supposed to be one of the more popular guys on YouTube, and didn't have a clue what he was saying. You know, and I'm not gonna put his name out there. I ain't trying to get into all this beef battles with anybody, which I don't. I really almost never have. I've had them both, but not really. You know, nothing that got me any more views than I got now. But the thing is that just by Trump getting rid of it affects a lot of folks that needed to even up the playing field for people who had never, for generations, never had. That's the whole purpose of it. Basically, it's a modified uh what do you call it? What's another name for it? But that's what it is, you know. And now he's saying, "Oh, we don't need it." No, what you're doing is dog whistling, dude. You're the same guy. Trump is the same guy who actually wanted to get out or wrote a pardon to release with some 1,500 people who were arrested uh, during the January 6th insurrection. Yeah, he did that. I don't know why. Yet he was the one to say he had nothing to do with it. But yet you released those guys, which meant to me you had everything to do with it. If you're doing that, that's exactly what you're doing, and you're dog whistling. All right, and now you mess with other programs as well. You know. Now I will say this, and somebody else on the news said too. If you wanted to do an audit or something like that, okay, that's fine. So you can see where the money goes, all of that. You have a right to do that. All right, in terms of certain programs. You have people in place to do just that. Now, why are you doing a goofy turn right there? The problem, in the middle of the lane too. The problem is that He's the one willing nilly just cut the program. You know, and I'm like, and the entire time he talking about cutting the programs. What is he waiting on? The entire time he cut the programs, not one time did he ever say anything about what he going to do to put in place something. Not once. Not once did he ever say, "I'm gonna replace it with such and such." Nope, never did that. I don't know why people drive so fast this morning. I can barely see out my window yet. And not because it's not clean, not because my wipers ain't working. It's just the rain's coming out fast and the wipers from the wipe the water off. But DEI is just what it is. Go ahead, you find yourself talking to you. Okay, so if I am, I am, but I'm actually talking to an audience, believe it or not. You know, whoever posted it, nobody cares about what you guys say. But nevertheless, and besides, I'm recording. So if I was doing a video and not posting live, what do you think I'd be doing? I'd be talking to myself, but I will post it for people to hear. What do you care? Anyway, internet discussion. Um, so nevertheless, I I think it's important that we do keep the DEI around because it does affect a lot of folks, and it mainly affect uh, minorities. You know, it does. You know, but I don't want to hear that. And there are black programs that already said they're cutting certain things. Matter of fact, look at McDonald's. McDonald's, a prime example, a well-known documented fact for years, was a proprietor of diversity, had supporting diversity programs for decades, even when I was a kid. Okay, my uncle, had he took the job, he did in Cleveland. True story. Had he took the job in McDonald's, would have been one of the first black managers of McDonald's ever. Had he took the job, definitely in the Midwest. You know, he turned it down. He eventually moved to Philly. He lived in Cleveland for a while. I didn't know. My dad told me that years ago. And then he turned around and moved to Philly. So, he turned the job down. That's how far back it goes. That's back 6 decades. McDonald's was one of the first DEI based companies that believed in that decided we're not doing it anymore. Along with Walmart and I think Target and several others, if I'm not mistaken. But I think Walmart was one of the ones on the list. But McDonald's I know was on the list. And that surprised me because they had a long standing reputation for DEI for years. Many years, you know, and they changed their mind. And what I don't understand is because of a mandate that Trump set for the federal government didn't affect private companies like McDonald's or Walmart or Target, but they decided to go roll with it anyway, which I thought was astonishing. You know, and they just said, "Well, hell with it. We're going to go do the same thing. We're going to follow suit." So it's going to hurt a lot of folks, whether certain people think it will or not. It will, and it will hurt some black folks in our community. Whether you think it will or not, it's irrelevant. It will. You know, rebound session. Just shut up. But I just wanted to get that out of the way because I kind of wanted to talk about that. I feel personally that it is needed. You know, you still have people out here in some of these corporations and these companies who still think that blacks are inferior to them. They do. This is a known fact. And even if they put you in these uh, some of these programs, they still try to find a way to manipulate you. I'm not going into detail about how, but they do. You know, so just wanted to put my 2 cents in on that. That's pretty much all I got for right now. I got more to say on another podcast. And I may go into a little bit more detail. I'm out.